Hello, this is the help file or video for the Unit 7 labs. So we're going to start with Chapter 9's lab first. So there should be two files that you have. The first one we're going to look at is this view task path. And it comes up, and in your textbook, we are on, let's see, page, sorry, I should have been there, 202. So this first one, we're going to set the relationship using a task path. So I wanted to show you a couple ways. I mean, I'll show you the one way, the book, but another way that I think is kind of easy. First of all, you have to select the task that you want to identify the predecessor, the driving predecessor, and the successor. So one of the things that this helps is when you're looking at this Gantt chart, it's all like monotone. It's all like it's hard to see graphically the relationships. And so one of the things that people often do is to highlight these in different colors so you can visually look at it. So for my view, I'm in the Gantt chart view. And I can certainly do this in here, right? But I do want to show you another way that's kind of cool. So the first thing we want to do is just pick the task that we're trying to identify. So it's this send to color house, right? So we want to identify the predecessors, the driving predecessors, and the successors. So if I come up here and I just say highlight, it brings me up all of the, and then it's like, oh, here's highlight task path. So I use this when it's like, I don't remember where that stuff is stored, right? So you can go up to this question mark. And so let me see here. So I'm going to highlight the predecessors. So I should have been over here. So we were on 29. There we go. See, they're yellow. So I could come back up and do highlight. Which one did I do? Okay, so I did the driven successors. And then let me show you the other way, right? So if we come up here to task path on the Gantt chart tools format, there they are. So the other thing that I need, did I do the wrong thing? So let's see. We need predecessor, driving predecessor, and successors. I did the wrong thing, and then I'm going to take that one away. So I should have predecessors, driving predecessors, and successors highlighted. And then you can look at this and quickly see where this task is related to other things. Now, in the instructions, it asks you to remove them. I'm asking that you keep them, so save it. And with the name that I asked you, and then turn in that one. Okay, so that's for that first one. Then we're going to pull up the schedule task advanced. And so on this one, we're going to play with doing some lag and start to, like changing the relationship. So we're going to make it a start to start. We're going to set some constraints. So we're going to do some of the nitty gritty here. So the very first thing to do on this is identify the task that we want to add some lag to. So remember, lag is kind of that downtime between tasks, and overlap is when things can happen at the same time. And remember that lead, or that overlap time, is done in negative, and lag is done in positive. So that's kind of like a downtime between tasks. So the first thing we want to do is select 31, this print and ship, and we want to add to this let's see, what are we doing? Lag of 3 days. So we want to come to this task tab, and then we want to look in the properties group and find this information button. So when we get this information, we want to click on this predecessor, right? So I went task, information. So first of all, I started with being on the task. Task, information. In the task information, I go to the predecessor, and right here, I'm just going to change this to 3 days. Okay. Then I'm going to do, let's see, we want to go to task 10, and we're going to do the same thing. We want to add in the predecessor here, we're going to do, it's going to be a negative 25%. So that means that the tasks, the predecessor and this can have an overlap of 25%. Okay, and so then that will shift the dates. All right, so that was step 1 and 2 on page 203. So now step 3, change the task relationship between step 14 and its predecessor 13 to start to start. So let's see how we can do that. So we're going to do kind of go the same place as we did for the lag and the lead. So we're on the task, we have it highlighted, we go to the properties information, and then we're talking about predecessor. So we move over there. And right here, so we were dealing with lag in the last one. Right here is the type. So instead of finish to start, we're going to change it to, what does it want us to do? Start to start. Okay. So that means that both things can be happening at the same time. Okay, so that is what we want to do there. I'm going to do OK, and you're going to see it shift. I look down here, right? So look, now there's start to start. Set the pages and doing the illustrations can happen at the same time. So they can both start when they move into this design and production. Okay. So now we're on to looking at constraints. So apply a start no earlier than constraint of July 20th, 2023 to task 16. So we're going to go to task 16, and then we have to figure out where we get that constraints. Well, it's probably going to be in the same area that we've been used to. So we're going to go back to information on that task, and this time we want to go to the advanced tab. Okay, and right here, do you see constraints? So in this particular one, we're doing a start no earlier than, and then the date is 07/20/2023. See if that will work. So same area, but this time we're working in advance. So what we're saying here for the proofreading, we can't do that before the July 20th. So let's go ahead and do OK. And there it goes. Look, it has changed that to that date. Okay. So point to the icon in the indicators right there, right? So look, we changed it, we put the date, and now in this indicators column is that extra information, so you can see it right there. All right, I'm going to take a second and save this. So now we're moving on to interrupt work on a task. So we're going to split task 3, content edit. Okay, so that its first segment runs through the end of the day on Friday the 14th, and the second segment begins on the 20th. And so what we're going to do is we're going to split that. So the big thing with this is you have to scroll so you can actually see the tasks. So there I am. It's this one right here. I'm on the task and I go into schedule and I look for this little, it looks like a bar, the Gantt chart that's broken. So we're going to click on that and we're going to, oops. Hi, sorry about that. Okay, so I'm on this content edit, I'm in the task, and I find this button. So I click on it, and then this little thing appears. Oh, it's driving me crazy. Why is it doing this? So I should, okay, here we go. So I was doing it wrong, so don't do what I was doing. So you're going to take your mouse, this is why we need to have it on our screen, and we're going to move it to where we want the split. We want the start of the split. So let's see where that was. Sorry, I lost my page. Okay, so Friday, April 14th. Okay, so I'm going to click and then let's see, did that work? Start Wednesday the 20th. Start task. Okay, so that's pretty good. I mean, whatever. Okay, so all right, so you use this, you move, you add that downtime. All right, so let's see what we got to do next. Adjusting work for time for individual. So we're going to create a new base calendar that is going to be named Monday-Wednesday task calendar and set the work. So it's Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are normal work days, but Thursday and Fridays and weekends are non-work days. So we have to take care of that. So we're going to, on the project tab, we're going to click on that, and we want to find where it says change working time. So we're going to click on that, and we're going to create a new calendar right here. And that new calendar, let's see what the, so that's going to be Monday-when task calendar. And we're going to do that. And then we're going to set the work days and non-work days. Okay, so I'm going to click on work week and details, and then we're going to do Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Actually, let's see. Do okay. Then let's see details. Let's do Sunday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday are non-work times. So we have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday as non-work days, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are working, and I can use this here. So I'm going to go ahead and let's see if that's all they want us to do. So apply. So okay. So we have the calendar, but now we have to apply it to, let's see, task 29, the send to color house. Okay. So we're on 29, and then we want to go to task, and then information, and then advanced, and right here where it says calendar, we're going to click that down, and we're going to find Monday, Wednesday task calendar, and we want to click this scheduling ignores resource calendars. So it's going to reschedule based on this task based on this new calendar. And let's go ahead and do OK. We're going to get this little indicator here that tells you what has been applied to that specially. So if we take a look, right, so even if it would happen earlier, they're only going to work the Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay. All right. So we are now on to page 206. So display the task usage view. So we're going to go view, task usage with final review. So I did more view. Okay, I misread that. Okay, so we want to be on task 24. We're going to come up here to view, task usage, and then let's see, which one are we going to do? More views. That is not what I want. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. So I went into view and other views, and then I went to more views and I picked task entry and I applied it. So that splits the screen, and then you can see for each individual task the information about it, the task itself. And so we want to find task 24. And so now I can see information about this final review, who its duration, all the properties about it. So let's see, click final review. It's set to fixed units and has a 96 hours, 4 days, and let's see, what else do we see here? We want to change this to fixed duration. Oops. Final review, fixed duration, and then we're going to do, this is going to be 120 hours. And so we're doing fixed 120 hours. And then the duration doesn't change, but the work increased, right? So we can see that there. So I'm going to go ahead, and I think we can, okay, we're still on here. 24 is selected. Task inspector. So let's get that up. So we're still on 24. We want to go to the task because we're on the task. Right here, we're going to do inspect. It's going to open up the inspector pane, And what are we doing with it? We are looking at some of the details. Let's see. Final review. So I click on final review and factors inspecting. We've got our resources, predecessors. Okay, let's click on 22. It changes to 22. Review about the task inspector. So basically what this is trying to show you, we're not actually doing anything. So then you could actually click on a person and look at them. You can pick a task and see what's going on with it. Factors that, so let's go down here and look at like this one. Auto-scheduled, predecessor. This one's telling you about the calendar. So each of these you can go through and look at elements about it. I'm going to close that up. I am going to go back to just straight Gantt view. Let's see. Oh, I don't want to do that. Let's go ahead and save it. And that is it for Chapter 9. I'll do another movie for Chapter 10. All right, guys, thank you.